We are in our 23rd week and we are still in Connecticut, and today I will be spotlighting the disappearance of Jovonna Crawford. Befuddled is the closest definition I could grasp when reading the details of Jovonna's case. Jovonna 1 went missing while being babysat by her mother's boyfriend in June of 1981. He was supposed to take Jovonna to her grandmother's, but before he could, he said a young boy came to the house and took little Jovonna, claiming he was taking her to her grandmother's. Jovonna has never been seen again, and her case remains unsolved. Jovonna was described as a sweet, quiet, loving child who was deeply loved by her family. She and her brother lived with their mother, Mary, in the P.T. Barnum housing on Taylor Drive in Bridgeport. On June 5, 1981, Mary asked her then boyfriend, Ronald Garrett, to watch Jovonna for a short time until he could bring her over to Mary's grandmother's home, who lived in the same complex. That was the last time Mary saw Jovonna because she never made it to her grandmother's home. That day when Mary came home at 5 p.m., Ronald would tell Mary that he did plan to take Jovonna to her grandmother's. But around 10:30 a.m. that morning, a young African-American boy around 10 with braids came over and told Ronald he was there to pick up Jovonna and take her to her grandmother's. Ronald said he looked familiar, like a kid he claims to have seen in the neighborhood. Ronald said the boy came into the home, grabbed Jovonna, and dressed her in a blue and white pinstripe suit before walking out the door with Jovonna. Mary called the police once she confirmed with her grandmother that Jovonna wasn't there and that she never sent anyone to pick up Jovonna. Police spent that weekend searching the neighborhood and talking with residents in the complex. Many of these residents were happy to open their homes for officers to search in an effort to help find Jovonna. Ronald could not identify to investigators the young boy he allowed to take Jovonna. Mary and investigators began questioning Ronald's story pretty quickly. This boy, who he said he allowed to take Jovonna because he recognized him from the complex, suddenly couldn't be found. Mary and investigators don't believe that this boy ever existed and believe that Ronald is responsible for Jovonna's disappearance. Ronald was eventually arrested in connection with her disappearance, but only serving 10 months in prison for child endangerment. After his release, he left the state, and he continues to insist to this day that he had nothing to do with Jovonna's disappearance. Mary told the CT Post, quote, "I've asked him, and he still keeps to the story of the 10-year-old boy with braids in his hair. But I know he had something to do with her disappearance because he has never shown any remorse or even asked if he could help find her." End quote. Detective Baldotto, who was the lead investigator in 2011, told the CT Post that they had not developed any new evidence in her case, but they were working with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children in hopes that her case would get national exposure. Detective Baldotto says they have no proof that this 10-year-old boy ever existed, and they believe that Ronald knows more than he is sharing about Jovonna's disappearance. Ronald now lives in Georgia and refuses to cooperate with Jovonna's case. Mary believes that her daughter is still alive and living somewhere else